Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2021 general readings. We're looking at the first 2 weeks of June from the 1st to the 15th. And this reading is for the earth sign of Taurus, our beautiful bulls. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well wherever you're at. Thanks for taking the time to watch this or any of the videos in support of this YouTube channel. Your likes, your shares, hitting that subscribe button, your donations, feedback, comments, reaching out for personal readings. It is all so very greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. So this reading is for the earth sign of Taurus for the first 2 weeks of June 2021. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Taurus. Of course, it's a general reading. It's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. I suggest watching all of your signs for the additional insight that they can provide. And if you find that any of the videos resonate with you enough that you would like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can click on the description link below. Click on that little arrow. You'll see some contact details for me, my email address, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you, and I can usually respond within the same day with more information. And as I do readings full time, I'm pretty diligent about setting up personal readings as quickly as possible, so email me if you're interested. Okay, Taurus, let's move right into your reading and see what the first 2 weeks of June have in store for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with Legacy of the Divine Tarot. Okay, Taurus, we begin with the Knight of Coins. Slow and steady wins the race is what I always think of when I see the Knight of Coins. He's slower than his other three brother knights, but he's governed by the element of earth, so he's diligent, he's detail-oriented, and he's cautious. But he's the one knight guaranteed to cross the finish line to achieve his, quest or mission. With the Knight of Coins, we have the Four of Wands, happy homes, home and family, celebrations around home and family. One of the marriage wedding cards, home stability, basically, the 1111 card. Next to that, we have the Devil, toxic, negative cycles, detrimental to us, but something alluring in them as well, which is why the Devil can represent addictions, drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex, shopping, working, toxic, negative relationships, compulsive, obsessive behavior in some way, sometimes mental health issues. With the Ten of Swords. So whatever the cycle is, it's coming to an end. Numerically, the number 10 in the tarot. Number 10 represents a cycle coming to full circle, the end of a cycle, completion of a cycle. And the Ten of Swords is it's been a difficult cycle. It's sometimes called the betrayal card, feeling stabbed in the back or thrown under the bus. With the Devil card, it would represent that this is something that has been happening over and over and over again, whether it's somebody doing something to you or you doing something to yourself in regards to an obsessive addictive cycle of something. Or whether it's, when we ourselves are in the midst of a negative cycle is represented by the Devil. It can hurt the people around us as well, too. But the point is that it's coming to an end. We have the Wheel of Fortune, divine timing and orchestration for you. With Temperance, things being back into balance. And this is also a fairly spiritual, angelic card, Temperance. It speaks about being in the middle, holding opposite extremes in unison and harmony. She's got fire on one end and water on the other. So this is about neither too much of one thing nor too much of the other, which is healthy. It's the opposite end of the Devil. So, it's temperance, which means to hold two things together and combine them slowly and carefully so that it becomes the perfect mixture, neither too hot, neither too cold, which the Knight of Coins is very good at because he's very detail-oriented and diligent in that. At the bottom of the deck, we have, I'm going to take that too. At the bottom of the deck, representing the overall energy and focus, is another 10, the Ten of Wands, a long-held burden coming to an end. Probably a very, very difficult cycle. I'm going to take the next card because I pulled it as well. we have the Six of Wands, victory, triumph, success after a struggle, after a challenge. And this isn't a small victory either. The Six of Wands is a major victory. It's a significant victory. It's also a card that represents public recognition. For those of you for whom this might resonate, well, this is a recovery reading. Regardless of what you're recovering from, you know, whatever it is that you're recovering from, breaking this difficult cycle is represented by the Devil and the Ten of Swords. You know, this is about recovery. This is about successful recovery, whether it's, you know, substance abuse, whether it's, you know, a negative toxic relationship that you've been in, you know, whatever it is. This is about a recovery reading. This is about slow and steady is your key to success here. This is about breaking a cycle which looks really, really difficult. I mean, we have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords here, the two most challenging tens. But I'm loving this reading for you because you're overcoming. Whatever this negative cycle is, it's coming to an end. And breaking the cycle of the Devil is a very difficult thing, whether it's actual drug and alcohol addiction, a relationship that you've been in for some time and it's really unhealthy, you know, workaholism. I mean, it can represent a variety of different things, codependence, dependence. But it's difficult because even though it's negative for us, even though it may not have started out that way, you know, the Devil is about enslavement. There's something alluring about it. So even though we have obsessive energy, there's something that tempts us in it, which is why we find ourselves back in the same cycle over and over and over again. Divine timing and orchestration is heavily on your side. God, spirit, angels, and guides here with the Wheel of Fortune. And in the upright position, there's a strong implication that it will come across initially in the beginning with that as a positive, you know, good luck, good fortune. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune, even in the reverse, is a positive card. I mean, even when the Tower card shows up, it's something that's breaking apart or coming to an end because it's meant to, right? But the Wheel of Fortune is divine timing and orchestration. This is God, spirit, angels, and guides with their fingerprints all over whatever is going on in your life and helping restore balance to it with temperance as well. I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful energy. It's a beautiful reading. This is like victory and overcoming in a difficult battle, but also being seen for that, being recognized for that, whether, you know, people are actually telling you and giving you praise or accolades or not. You know, this is a triumphant person, you know, after what looks to be a really, really difficult cycle. For some of you, this might be relationship with the Devil and the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is sometimes represented as, you know, being stabbed in the back, being hurt, you know, or, you know, for, I mean, the Devil card, we have a part to play in this, right? Whether it's addiction or negative relationships or whatever this, you know, the thing that we find really difficult to let go of, even though it's actually hurting us. You know, sometimes the Ten of Swords can be really disappointing, not only the people around us, but ourselves too, and the part that we've had to play with this. It's not just about, you know, somebody else being, for example, being in a negative relationship where you're allowing the other person to, you know, hurt you over and over again, or in a relationship that you know isn't good for you and you just get disappointed or hurt over and over and over again, but you still make the decision to stay in it, you know. That's the nature of the Devil card. There's something tempting or alluring about it, you know. But yeah, it's definitely overcoming and bringing balance and bringing stability to your home, family, friends as well, because the Four of Wands is a card of stability. It's one of the happy home cards, but it's a card that strongly connects to friends and family as well. In fact, for some of you, there may be an upcoming celebration which includes friends and family, during which your achievement, your victory is actually going to be celebrated and recognized as well. Let's clarify the Ten of Wands and the Six of Wands as overall energy. I really like the elemental energy here too, because we've got 3 wand cards, which is fire. One knight of coins. He's a slow, steady knight. He's cautious. He's detail-oriented. He never gives up. And the fire, you know, that's solid earth energy, and then fire energy too, because this is what it takes to overcome negative, toxic cycles. You know, this is where the element of water, which is the emotions, can sometimes be, you know, too much of that can sometimes be a detriment, because it's usually our emotions that are connected with pulling us back into whatever the toxic cycle is. You have one sword card, which is air. It's a difficult one, the Ten of Swords, but again, it's also that coming to an end and the realization that it's done, it's over. The Queen of Coins, there you are, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Judgment, being at a crossroads, being called to make a decision. Choose this path or that path. And it's usually a second chance and likely last chance card as well. The implication being whatever you've been choosing before this, i.e. the devil's cycle, you want to make different choices here. Because whatever path you choose now and moving forward will probably be the path that you stay on for quite a long time. And then we have strength, facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. I mean, this could, for some of you, strongly be, you know, an addiction recovery sort of energy here. It's recovery, regardless of what you're recovering from. I mean, we make the choice to stay in the negative cycle with the devil card. We have a part to play. We have a responsibility in that. And so therefore we also have a responsibility to make decisions to get ourselves out of it, even though it can be very difficult, because, you know, there's temptation with the devil. And strength is taking a look, you know, it's facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, taking a look at what you're afraid of, taking a look at the you know, what responsibility you've had to play in this cycle, and having the courage to face that, admit that, own it, walk through it. It takes strength, courage, wisdom, and humility to do that, but it's also what you gain more of by doing this. Clarify the Knight of Coins. You know, knights are the defenders, the protectors, the guardians, you know. They have that code of ethics, you know. And, yeah, this Knight of Coins, if I had to choose to have a personal bodyguard out of all of the knights, I would choose the Knight of Coins, because he's always there. He never leaves. He'll see it through right to the end. The Seven of Wands. Defending, protecting, guarding. Yep. The Ten of Swords. Again, we have 2 Ten of Swords. Yeah, whatever this negative cycle is, particularly if it's a relationship, and that can be love, romance relationship, that can be a friend relationship, a work relationship, you know, whatever the source of this devil and the Ten of Swords, you know, it looks like it's been happening for quite some time, just over and over and over and around and around. You are blocking it out. You are done. You are so done. You are so done. They need to find a new word for done. You're done. It's enough. You know, I mean, when you have the Ten of Swords together twice, well, any repeating cards in a tarot reading represent there's an abundance of energy in that area. I mean, we've got 20 swords here sticking in somebody's back. So, good for you. You're calling it done. I'm not going to clarify the devil because I don't feel compelled to here. And in a general reading, it's going to, you know, what that devil card represents is going to be specifically different things for different people. It's the fundamental energy and nature of the devil card, that thing that's so hard to break free from, person, place, or situation. But whatever it was that made you, well, divine timing and orchestration too, that brought you to the point where it was done, looks like it was pretty hard, you know. Yet again, or just more of the same, but for some reason this is like you woke up, this is done, I'm done with this. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there because it's such a beautiful reading. And I know that some of the earth signs, well, there's only three of you. There's been some difficulty. It feels like a lot of you have been involved in a struggle, which is, it's very difficult. Yes, you've had a part to play in it. We all have a part to play in many of the things that happen to us that are challenging. But however that works out for you, Taurus, you're calling it good. You're closing the door on this thing once and for all. So let's just pull some final messages and advice and guidance for you from Spirit. The Hanging Man. He's not being the aggressor pursuer. He's watching something playing out and he's gaining information while he's doing it. I don't think there's anything left here that you need to do. I mean, it looks like you've either just recently broken this, as tough as it was, or you're in the process of breaking it, but you're not, you're not going back from this. Yeah. The Star, renewed, restored hope, faith, and optimism. Trust in the divine. Trust that the path that you're on, even if you can't see the next step, is the path you're meant to be on, and it leads to, wish fulfillment and abundance for you. This is hope and faith restored and renewed, which means it comes after something difficult, after a period of challenge or darkness or despair. In the tarot, the Star comes after the Tower card. The Tower card happens. It represents unexpected events that come in and typically break down or destroy something because it wasn't stable in the first place, even if we thought it was, so it has to come down. So there's the chaos and difficulty and challenge of the Tower, waiting till the smoke clears, clearing away the rubble, and then the energy of the Star card comes in next to restore and renew your hope, faith, and optimism. And the Six of Swords, which is healing, slowly but surely moving away from the source of the issue or the challenge, the Devil card energy. You're not quite to the other shore on solid ground yet, but you're definitely moving towards that. And you've learned a lot, even though it's difficult. And the leaving is difficult. And the initial stages of healing can be difficult as well. But you're doing it. It feels like this is in process right now for many of you. Like it's either happening right now or it just happened and you're kind of pushing through it, you're moving through it. It's a beautiful, amazing reading, Taurus. Keep your head up. It's an awesome, you're overcoming through great difficulty, you're overcoming. So yay for Taurus. All right, Taurus, those are your messages for the first 2 weeks of June. I hope you found them helpful and hopeful and useful. Again, if any of the readings resonate with you, you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something, email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to hear from you and to work with you. And you can also get that contact info by clicking on the description link below. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the June mid-month readings. Until then, stay well, stay blessed, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.